What's up, everybody? All right. Looks like we are live. Sorry about the lateness. I was dealing with the kids. They're being troublemakers. So sorry about that. But let me just make sure we're all live right now. Looks like we are good to go. No, I did not get arrested by tyrants, luckily. How are you guys doing? We have Riverwind in here, Peck, Firestorm. Nice to see you guys. Rodney, nice to see you guys. So today we have several topics. So there are four topics, and I might go live tonight on the other channel, 15 Minutes of Shame, because there's an update regarding the Raja Jackson incident, and I might want to cover that on that channel because it'll probably get a decent amount of views. So, and it's more related to that type of topics. But without further ado, we are going to get started. So the first topic is about a YouTuber, a massive YouTuber called Whistling Diesel. Now, this guy has 9.99 million subscribers. So this guy is at the tippity top of the food chain when it comes to YouTube content. So he is having a massive crash out where he is completely turning on his audience, the audience that is paying his bills. 1 second, the camera is like not zooming in properly. Are you gonna zoom in or what? I guess not. All right, whatever. Let me just adjust it then. Why is it not zooming in? There we go. All right. Perfect. So, yeah, never heard of him. And it's crazy. This guy got 9,900,099 subscribers on 293 videos. So he got it done very quickly with a short amount of videos. And his videos are getting 36 million views, 34 million views. His shorts are getting, like 33 million views. And yes, he did have beef with CoffeeZilla. So we are going to take a look at that right now. So the first incident that happened was with, it wasn't really with this guy Lust. This guy Lust is a copyright attorney. I watch him quite often for certain copyright cases. And he said that he saw a video from Whistling Diesel, and I can't find it right now. But this was the first crack in the armor. Basically, Whistling Diesel, a multi-millionaire that can afford to destroy Ferraris, was asking for some work to be done in his warehouse. And he was not interested in paying the person. He was saying, come do this concrete work in my warehouse and I will give you awareness and promotion. And I mean, sure, that sounds all right, I guess. But the problem is that his audience is completely worldwide. So it would have a very limited impact on that person's company. That being said, at least he was straight up and honest about the situation. It's not like he didn't want to pay the guy. But it just showed that it's kind of weird because you're a multimillionaire and you're trying to get shit for free. I don't think that many of his subscribers are bots because once you have videos that go extremely viral, like this guy, the subscribers will come. And he does put out entertaining content. So he destroys cars and does all this shit. Now, the problem started a few weeks ago. It's called Whistling Diesel Tries Day Trading and Nobody Likes It. So
Alex is one of the
this
world's
video
top leading
from a few weeks ago, you might have seen this before, is he started doing this day trading with this guy where the title would change a lot. You can see here from my application, well, it's kind of covered over here, but my extension, it says turning $10,000 into $1 million to prove people are lazy, episode 1. And after the entire day was over, he did not complete that promise. He did not turn 10 grand into $1 million. So he went with this shady guy, did some day trading, and people were like, "Yeah, that's kind of weird because you used to be like destroying cars and doing like entertaining content, and now you're just becoming a crypto bro." People weren't really liking it that much, but they were giving him a pass. CoffeeZilla made a video about it. They went back and forth, and that was that. Now, a few days ago, that's when the crash out really started with this video called Introducing My Russian Girlfriend. Now, you can see from the extension that it's doing zero point 0.2 of the usual views. So people are not into this at all whatsoever. He used to get millions of videos on millions of views on his videos. You can see 7 million views, 3 million views. This one did not crack a million, and it's just downhill from there. But let's take a look.
Oh my god, my husband. Good night.
Look at the view. Wow. So beautiful.
So keep in mind, these people, they're used to seeing cars getting destroyed, huge explosions. And in this case, it's like him and his gold digger chick that he just imported from Russia. It's like, what is going on here?
And she flew like 8 hours from Russia to meet me there. So now we travel to exotic locations to be together. From the day that we started talking, we could not speak each other's language at all. Like, she spoke no English, I spoke no Russian.
So obviously we're not going to watch 20 minutes of this, but it's like basically he's just becoming a douche tuber. And that's what's really unfortunate with certain YouTubers. Like, I used to watch certain people like Nelk, even though they're kind of nuisance streamers at the time. Maybe I was a little bit more immature and I like that type of content. Then I grew up. But it's like, eventually some YouTubers, they just become total douchebags. Like, they just become flexing money and just look at my mansion, look at my Ferrari, and it's like they completely forget how they got there and who is responsible for their success, which is their audience, and they turn on their audience. A good example of that was a YouTuber called Kwobbelkop. This guy was a Minecraft YouTuber, and then he bought like a $15 million mansion penthouse. He flexed it on his audience of kids, and then his channel just went completely downhill. It's kind of similar to what we're watching here. So he just goes, he flexes his new imported bride around. He's in Dubai, just flexing money, talking about how this is the chick of his life, where obviously, you know, there's some gold digging going on over here. And they're in the desert and they're doing this and that, and it's like it's a vlog video from a channel that destroys cars and is supposed to obliterate things. So obviously that did not go very well, and he saw in the comment section that he was getting completely destroyed. They were saying wallet durability test. In Soviet Russia, a girlfriend does durability test on you. So he had a response, and that response is a total meltdown crash out. Take a look at this.
That anger upload. In this video, I'm going to talk about some things that anger a lot of people.
I don't understand why people hate me.
Like, my channel dynamic in the comments and the people watching my channel has significantly changed recently. I truly believe I'm one of the few people on the internet that has some influence that like stands up and speaks back against certain comments. Like,
no, it's not that you're speaking back against certain comments. Is that you don't realize it's not your audience that has changed. It's you. You changed. You are becoming a douchebag, and you are throwing your career away. So the money got to your head, the fame got to your head, and now you're becoming the douchebag. It's not your audience's fault.
if certain people are casting judgments that are not true, or if people are saying negative things, like, I will clap right back. I don't care. I have the time for it. Like, frankly, I didn't come this far to live the way I've always lived. I came this far so that I have the time at 3 p.m. on a Monday to sit down on the couch in another country and piss away the entire day on the internet. It's my job. That's how I make money. You've made it
So he's saying that this is how he makes money. He just pisses his entire day on the internet. That is not how he makes money. How he makes money is by creating entertaining videos where he destroys cars and does some sick shit with his cars, not acting like a total douchebag and having a meltdown. That is not how he earns money whatsoever, not even close.
The most important part of the video, congrats. This is actually a segment that is going to discuss all of the questions, answers, assumptions that people have made. He's changed, he has money, and he's vouching for like all these crazy new ideas and a new lifestyle, and he's just different. He's talking about expensive fancy cars and hot girls and moving to a new country. Someone commented, I made an album in my phone describing this actually. I called it New Generation Hate because it's a lot different than what I used to get, which was people saying I'm broke and won't be successful. As soon as I got stereotypically successful, people started making a lot different style of comments. And it was like, oh, do you see, I'm not wearing them today. Do you see how many rings Cody's wearing? Oh my God, he's changed. They judge something as small as that, or you judge something as small as that. I don't care how big of a figure I get. I'm not scared to pick on small people. Like, actions have consequences, guys. Really bring back bullying in a healthy way. Life is big for a reason.
Bring back bullying. I don't think they would give a shit if he's wearing rings or chains. Like, you know, I like jewelry. My wife likes jewelry. It's not a big deal. It's just the way you're talking to your audience. I mean, look at the look of arrogance. Like, he is so incredibly arrogant. He refuses to accept that maybe this pushback is because of his style of content that has drastically changed. Like, yeah, look at those eyes. You're so right, Rodney. Like, there's something wrong going on here.
Life is very big, and it's a lot bigger than what you think it is. And as soon as some of you, very few of you maybe, will find a way out, oh, you're going to judge us again because I'm bringing up a certain name. Andrew Tate talks about the Matrix. Okay, that's a different way of describing the entire system of people believing one truth and sticking to it, right? You're walking a path in life, and maybe if you go on a...
Like, name dropping Andrew Tate when you're trying to gain back the trust of your subscribers probably has to be the most asinine thing I have ever heard. I mean, Andrew Tate only appeals to like maybe 17-year-old, like, you know, virgins that want to get laid. Yeah, or like Peck says, broke ass losers, some shit like that, like that haven't realized that it's all a facade, it's all bullshit. Like, when you're talking about Andrew Tate and the Matrix, like, holy shit, you are going to push away a lot of people. Like, this is such a massive crash out.
Different path, it looks like it could be successful. Maybe you could fail, right? And then you'll get judged for it. You shouldn't try that. Or maybe something will be new and it's a little out of your comfort zone, right? That can make you uncomfortable. No, you should branch off and try as many things as possible. The entire reason for your existence and the reason that everything exists, the reason the literal Burj Khalifa exists right now, the tallest building in the world, a huge accomplishment, is sitting here, is because someone thought outside of the box and wanted to try something new and big. Right? That's why good things exist. That's why we have the internet, is because someone thought outside of the box. The people that used to ride horses and bicycles hate cars. People that used to write letters hate email. People that love email hate texting. Like, guys, every generation is going to hate the next one. And it's all people trying to keep other people in line. They think, oh, you're going to fail if you try something new. They don't want to see other people succeed. It makes them feel lower. Like, every cult is that way, actually. Like, it's a group of people that try to keep people controlled and viewing a certain perspective. And as soon as you break out of that perspective.
So no one is calling you out for trying something new. I think that his channel was successful because he was doing something different that no one was doing at the time, destroying cars and these really high budget videos. So people are applauding you for doing this shit. You're doing fine. It's the ego and the crash out and the flexing your gold digging girlfriend. That's the problem. That's what they don't like. And instead of realizing and being like, okay, you know what? I made a mistake, whatever. I love my girl, but no worries. We don't need to do these Dubai flexing videos anymore. Like, you know, then people would be like, all right, no problem. But don't worry, guys. The crash out gets even worse than that, believe it or not.
If not only do you risk failure, number one, that's the reason people don't try. But
I think we're going to speed him up a little bit because it is a very long crash out. It's 24 minutes long, so we're just going to fast forward him a little bit. Let's just imagine that he just inhaled a massive puff of crystal meth, and that's why he's talking fast.
Also, you risk being judged. You will be judged by everyone, by most people. And so that's why a lot of people don't go outside of the box. And the internet is the worst possible place for that, but it's a place with the highest reward. And so anytime you do something different, you're gonna be judged for it. There's gonna be a lot of people judging you and hating on you. Cody's not dating an American woman? She speaks another language? Oh wait, she's like prettier than normal. Oh dude, I should hate on that. Ever since I posted.
Dude, it has nothing to do with the fact that she's not American and that she's prettier than normal. First of all, I didn't really take a good look at her, but looks are looks. You know, what matters is personality, love, and character. Looks are great. You want to have a pretty wife, but, what's even more important than that is the person behind the looks. But,
in my relationship, I got over.
Whatever, man. She's like just some Instagram chick, like, there's a dime a dozen out there. It's whatever, like, okay, sure. I mean, he's a good looking guy. I'm sure he can get a bunch of bitches like that. Like, it doesn't matter, like, flexing your woman that is obviously just there for the money and the green card. Like, imagine he doesn't get a prenup, how much money she's going to be able to squeeze out of him. Like, who fucking cares?
Overwhelming, mostly negative feedback about it. Most of those people were just drawing assumptions based on little to no information, which is actually a significant factor of low intelligence. Not attacking anyone, I'm just saying. And I'm also going to just help everyone a little bit with some relationship advice that I've learned over the years.
Yeah, sure. Let me take relationship advice from this guy who is most likely marrying a gold digger. And yeah, he's right. I am assuming. It's just, I've seen this shit. I've seen 90 Day Fiance. I know how these things are. And when this young Russian chick sees this guy and he's, a rich millionaire, obviously she's going to be in it. Even if he was bad looking, which he's not. He looks perfectly fine. So it's just experience. Like, people are not trying to roast him. They're trying to give him advice. Like, I know he thinks he knows everything because he's the millionaire YouTuber, but people still have life experience. So it would help to listen to your audience, buddy. I'm not saying to drop her, but just, be cautious. Be very cautious.
In some pretty messed up scenarios, and also learning and improving myself. I've made some mistakes for sure as well. So it's not easy. It doesn't come easy. You're not like, there's no quick, easy answer to finding the right person. I truly believe though that I am happy now. Like, I truly feel happiness. Even on a rough day, I feel happy. Like, I feel supported. That's all that matters. You can have all the money in the world. If someone doesn't support you, doesn't matter. The number one thing that people mentioned when I posted my relationship was that my girlfriend is a gold digger. First of all, thank you for the compliment. I know people are probably gonna say my kids have daddy's money. I guess I've got to that point now where anyone I'm around, they think they have other intentions. But my girlfriend is actually very worthy, and I can sense someone's character pretty quickly. I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I could tell very quickly that Daria is a very smart individual. She wrote a book on emotional intelligence, believe it or not, which is the number one thing I would look for in a relationship and a partner. Extremely important, and it's in Russian, so she speaks 2 languages now. Very smart. She treats me with great respect. She's a great communicator, and she's like everything I actually look for in a girlfriend. I've been through some hell, and
is it just me, or is he trying to convince himself more than the audience? He's like, guys, she's so great. She's fantastic for this, that reason. And you can see she's probably in the background saying like, list more, motherfucker, list more. It's like, dude, who are you trying to convince over here? And you're totally right, Riverwind. If he was so happy, he would not be making this video that is just a total crash out.
So been in hell. Like, I've learned a lot. But I have some advice for everyone, for sure. So anyways, let's get back to the gold digger thing. But first we need to define what a gold digger is, right? So let's say we have 2 men. They both look the same. They're both good looking. And they're both sweet, wholesome, kind individuals that would make a great family man, right? Well, maybe. This guy makes no money. He's broke. He lives under a bridge, actually, because he can't find a house. He can't really put meals on the table. He doesn't have a ride anywhere. He doesn't have a roof over his head except for the bridge. And the people around him are often used for help instead of him helping them. They are offering a hand for him. This guy has $1 billion in the bank. Everything is kind of done for him, taken care of. He has meals on the table, good meals, healthy meals, not fast food. He works out, he goes to the gym because he has time to go to the gym, right? He doesn't work harder, he works smarter. The people around him are well fed, well taken care of, well supported. He supports the people around him, whether that's family or friends. He supports those people. He has a ride, he has multiple rides, he has a whole car collection. Both are available for a relationship. Which one is the girl going to pick, realistically? Which one is more capable of supporting a family? Which family is going to have more goals, more complex goals, not just putting a meal on the table? The girl's going to pick whoever she feels is best at supporting a family. So that could be that you have potential. She views potential, right? But let's say that you have a lot of money. A girl being with a guy with a lot of money doesn't mean she's a gold digger. She wants the best option. option. Being a gold digger is actually a tale of character. It's how she feels on the inside. Is she just there for only the money, or is she there because she truly loves, values, appreciates you, and wants a family with you? So this is something I've applied a lot in my current relationship, right? I have enough money now to where that could be a stereotypical concern, I guess. Like, I don't care. I will pull up to the first date in a Ferrari because I'm a good tell of character. I can tell immediately whether or not a girl is smart and emotionally intelligent and worth spending literally any time with at all. My girlfriend displayed more family-minded good traits in the first month of our relationship than I have ever seen in my entire life. She puts me first. She respects my boundaries. If I don't like something, we communicate about it and we fix it to make each other happy. If you have money, all you have to do.
Yeah, I was muting myself because I was eating a lozenge. I don't want to be an asshole and make you guys hear me eating. I'm kind of sick. But what I would say to that is that, yeah, obviously she would choose the guy with $1 billion over the bum that's under a bridge. But that's not a really good example. And second of all, she's really great now. She's fantastic. She's loving and everything. But what's going to happen when she gets her green card? Because I've seen this so many times on 90 Day Fiance where, you know, you have someone who is so kind and they're so awesome, and then they get their green card, the guy wants a prenup, and they go, oh, what is that, prenoosh, whatever, and then they bounce, take half the money and bounce. So I think people are just trying to caution him, and instead of taking the advice and be like, okay, thank you for the advice, I'll consider it, I'll put it in the back of my mind, he's just having this ultimate temper tantrum. It's just so pathetic.
Genuinely is look for how good of a person someone is on the inside. So ask yourself, and ask me, in my relationship, visually, without knowing all the information, that's kind of hard, but do you see, does this person support you? Do they support you at your lowest when you're going through a difficult time? Like a month into our relationship, I got very sick. We came to Dubai, and a lot of people have been judging, once again, on no information. Daria came
all right, we're gonna skip a little bit past the girlfriend because he's gonna go into attacking the audience.
LA. Immediately have something to say back. What are you doing? Stop, listen to your partner, hear what they have to say, and absorb it, think about it, and think about a solution. You're a team. Most on a completely other continent that speaks another language. The relationship that you make is literally the same. I don't know if people think like it's impossible to establish a connection with someone who lives so far away if life seems that small to them, but it wasn't a problem for me. Like, we just established a real genuine connection and decided to meet up eventually. Within like 3 weeks of talking, she was like, I want to learn your language. She's like, I woke up this morning and I want to learn English. And I was like, I want to learn Russian too, because we started thinking like, hey, we want to hang out more in real life. Not a mail order bride. We just started dating and fell in love.
She's not a mail order bride, guys. Not a mail order bride at all, guys. It's like you met her online. She doesn't speak English. It's just not a mail order bride.
It seems like a lot of people are very traumatized from their relationships, judging by the negative feedback I've gotten on this. Like, I'm genuinely happy. I used to spend a lot more of my time on work and the internet. I just feel like a happy family vibe now. I feel like PewDiePie finding his girl. Like, I just feel genuinely happy. I never wanted kids before, and I kind of want kids. But I feel like a lot of people are traumatized, actually. Or maybe they don't want to see other people succeed. I don't know. A lot of people have made assumptions because I'm a public figure, I guess. A lot of people make assumptions on, like, my past relationships. And it'll be like something I've never even heard, like a news story I've never heard. I don't know where people get a lot of these stories, but they'll be like, what happened to this person? Like, I don't even know who that is, genuinely. I don't know. People make up a lot of, like, crazy stories. I worry about a lot of the people watching this. I hope that there's some smart people watching this, but, like, from the amount of negative comments I got, I really actually worry. Like, dialogue between two people only works, like, you're only going to reach a solution if you stop, listen, understand, and then react accordingly. There should never be a back and forth fast, like, rebound of emotions and yelling. Genuinely nothing's resolved that way. And so Daria and I have great communication. We respect each other. We respect each other's boundaries. No one else ever has been in the picture. No one else is going to be. She literally, like, she had an interview with the Russian news media after our relationship. The only thing that exists is small town country life. The common illustration that I like to use is a cage full.
So I want to point this out, that this was at night, and then the next day he slept on it, and he's like, you know what? I need to crash out some more. I don't think that video has enough. I don't think that video has enough crash out and justifications for my relationship. It's like, dude, if you're so happy about your decision, why are you trying to justify it to the entire world for 24 minutes?
To climb out of the cage. What they did is they replaced all the monkeys that had seen the monkey climbing out of the cage to pour water on the other's heads. And so what they got over time was you got a cage full of monkeys where every time one monkey would try to escape, all the others would beat up the monkey for no reason at all, because they were trained from the start.
So I just want to show you contrast, okay? So you guys understand, because you might not fully grasp how different this is.
That anger a lot.
From his usual video. Let's take a look at his most popular video. Let's take a look at one of his videos where he does something crazy.
Today is the day we build the killdozers. We're gonna do a tug of war, tank versus killdozer.
Oh my god. So they're used to this badass, manly content, and now they have this guy telling a tall tale about monkeys.
start that if someone tried to climb out, they would get water dumped on their heads. And that's like literally what humanity is like. Some people get it, fortunately, but there's a lot of people that don't. I feel like most people don't get it. And that's why a lot of people see someone doing better. They see someone pull up in a new car and they feel negativity. They feel like, oh, someone's doing better than me. It hurts people's egos. Yeah. I know, because I used to feel that way too before I had money to afford to live how I want to live. I was very judgmental of people. And that's why people say, Cody's changed. Cody's not how he used to be. Cody became everything he talked against. I was stupid. I was literally judging everyone for being better. Genuinely, the best example is Street Speed 717. The same guy that told me to start YouTube would like drive around in nice cars and like kind of go to the coffee shop and stuff and not do like crazy, wild physical things like I thought that people should do. I judged him. I thought, oh, this guy lives a comfortable life. And I like literally actually kind of judged him. I feel stupid now because no successful person looks at that in a good way. Like genuinely, guys, if success.
Yes, this is the Diesel Kid. And yes, he does have freaky eyes, if you know what I mean. It's he has this very like intense look. It is kind of nerve-wracking, to be honest.
Successful people see that you are judging other people. They will not hang out with you. You will not be in their circle. They don't want you in their circle. That's why there's such a division among society. Successful people don't want to hang out with less successful people usually because they try to judge them and drag them down back to their level. But yeah, guys, every move that I've made has brought me to
So now it's back to the evening. He's probably going on 24 hours just completely losing his mind trying to justify his recent decisions. Thank you so much, Janet Carson. We have a new subscriber. I believe that's on Twitch. Nice to see you here. Thank you.
standard of life in one way or another. It is so easy to explain, actually. The quicker you do things, take risks, see what works and what fails, keep applying what works over and over, get into a habit. If you have momentum, keep the momentum. You'll see what works.
Why not apply this to what you are doing? You see what works. You have a channel where you blow up cars. Keep going. All you have to do is show up and just do the damn videos. This guy, like I said, he is absolutely at the top of the food chain when it comes to YouTube. Almost 10 million subscribers. Almost 10. That's insane. He was about to get that crazy plaque, and now he is just losing and losing and losing subscribers at a crazy rate.
Works. You can keep doing what works, find the things that fail, you'll get the success from doing what works, and then you can restart the process and start doing things that work better. That's how life was created. That's how you have running water. That's how humans made Bluetooth from rocks, okay guys? And everyone was hating on some factor of it along the way. I don't care how much people say, oh, Cody, the videos got a little bit less views, you're gonna fall off, or the hate seems to be getting to him. Guys, I will always have a rebuttal to something false because it means that the world is a little bit better, and I'm very confident in the things that I believe because it has brought me from nothing to happiness. So wherever you are, whoever you are, just remember the reality you are experiencing is something within perimeters. Remove the perimeters, okay? Like kids think that the house they're born in is their life, and then they get older and they go to school and they realize,
this is such red pilling. Like, this is some Andrew Tate red pill mumbo jumbo garbage. Yes, try things, try to experiment with things. For example, like I was doing faceless content this whole time. I decided to do a face reveal, trying doing live streamings. It is nerve-wracking at first. I don't know if I'm going to completely waste my time. It's not going to go anywhere. You try things, absolutely. Try being an entrepreneur, try being a businessman. But right now, you're not applying your own advice to yourself, dude. You found it. You found the success on YouTube. What are you doing, man? Why are you throwing it away? And that's the problem, is that people like that, it's the ego. It's the ego that's really, really, really coming in.
okay, there's more to life, and then the state that they live in, and then the country that they live in. But most people stop somewhere along the way. They stop at maybe the country that they live in. I used to think a couple years ago, I thought America's all there is, right? I never really traveled anywhere else, and a lot of the older people I was around never traveled anywhere else. The smartest, wisest, best people I've been around in my circle are people that have seen and done everything. There are no perimeters. There's no walls to what they believe. There's no walls to what they'll do. They have good morals, but they have seen and done nearly everything. For that reason, they're wise, and they view life as a limitless thing. Find other people who view life as a limitless thing, including your partner. You'll be so much more happy. Work smarter, not harder. Guys, like genuinely, every time I talk about being successful, it's not at all how hard you work. That has almost nothing to do with it. Like once you find a good idea, work really freaking hard. But there's always a smarter way around it. There's always someone who came with the same idea but a smarter way to do it, and they're the one that succeeded. And so like don't get angry if you're working harder than other people and you see that you're succeeding. Guys, just don't get angry. Focus, stay in your lane. My best friend, other than Daria, who has supported me since the very beginning and been everywhere, done everything, he's toured around the world, sent me a reel of why horses have blinders. And that is because when they look left and right at the horse they're racing and one starts to pass them a little bit, they get distracted and they stumble, right? And that's what everyone's doing. They look at other people and they say, oh, you're doing better, I'm angry, or I'm sad, or I feel like a failure.
Yeah, but none of your viewers are pissed off because you're doing better. You were doing better this whole time. Like, when you think about it, like a few weeks ago, this guy was, crushing Ferraris. Obviously, they know he has a bunch of money, and no one gave a shit. I mean, look at this warehouse. He has a warehouse.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're
full of luxury cars. There's a tank over there. Like, no one thought you were doing bad. No one all of a sudden just got jealous. What happened is that you became a douche. You became a douche. And you have to accept it that from now on, you are known as a douchebag. That's all it is.
Failure now, I'm not as confident. Well, maybe if you would just stay focused in your world, in your reality, focus on your own goals, in your own path, and what's unique to you, and you'll be perfectly fine. You will likely succeed very well, and let's hope that your life habits align to make that happen. I don't think money is the determining factor of all success, but it definitely has a lot to do with the amount of life that you can live. That being said, I wish everyone the best, and I'm not going to be making YouTube videos anymore. This is actually my last video. Yeah, it's been a really fun journey. 5 years ago, I was making $16 an hour, kind of barely making a buy, and now I'm quite well off. So I appreciate the journey. Just joking. I'm not quitting making YouTube videos. I will always be sarcastic, and I will always anger sensitive people on purpose. But yeah, I wish you all success, and looks like the sun is coming up. Beautiful Burj Khalifa over here. Yeah, it's cool traveling, seeing new places, talking to new people, hearing new perspectives. I think that's a big reason I'm with Darius, because like she brings a whole new flavor to my life. She has such like interesting perspectives.
So you see how he's trying to like close up the video. It's been going on for 19 minutes now, and he just can't close it up and just stop talking. He has to continue and continue and continue. It's like, dude, get off your high horse. You made a mistake. You're not perfect. You're not untouchable. Everybody can make mistakes. You know, there's big channels that get exposed or have massive crash outs. Shit happens. Like, just admit you did a mistake and just move on. Correct the mistake, correct course, and that's it.
Like she has a really traditional outlook on life. I feel like Erica feels a little lost sometimes. Something I can't really make a judgment on though. I don't know all the information. There's another question. She does not have an OnlyFans, by the way. Honey, come here. You want to be in my video? This was going to be a segment in my couples vlog, but I actually got to talking about things that I'm really passionate about, and I feel like this is something I truly believe that this video is something that all people need to hear. At least the people that have followed my channel like truly need to hear it. I feel like I've hinted towards this since I've started YouTube. I've always tried to prove people wrong and aim for a higher standard. Genuinely, you will not regret it. Like every sacrifice you make now, make a goal and a sacrifice. If someone's not making goals, what are you working towards? You're not working towards anything. If you're gonna have a goal, whether that's money or family or a job or like something small and creative, like set a goal. Otherwise, you don't have anything to work towards. She's very supportive of me, and I appreciate her and love her so much.
Yeah, I learned English. Now I freely speak. Yeah, speak.
Yeah, very good.
My boyfriend very supports me.
Yeah, I was talking the whole time about how we support each other and respect each other.
Because
True,
you're the
true.
best. I remember we
These-
visited Maldives.
Like dollar signs. That's what she sees. And hey, I could be wrong, but the chances of me being wrong on this are so slim to none, man. So slim to none.
Only translate.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand what's because
But yeah,
now
yeah.
I feel I understand.
We support each other very much. But yeah, find yourself someone who respects your boundaries, supports you, appreciates you for who you are, and is going to stick with you through everything. Find someone who also, most importantly, or they will hold you back, has very high standards of living. If you don't have high standards of living, you're in a rough spot. I would definitely focus on yourself first for a little bit. The best advice I can give is first, set a high standard of living for yourself, and then find someone who matches that standard of living, or who is absolutely like you're going to grow into it. Because the last thing you want is to feel like you're being held back. Like life is completely an open slate. So aim for new things. Try
Yeah. Salacia says, oh my God, life advice from this douche. Jerry, someone says, without getting into number, would you say between your channels, the revenue would be comparable to one channel of a certain size? Well, the thing is that this is a simple answer with a simple question with a complicated answer. So my channels across all the channels get about 5 million views per month on a good month. So it's a decent amount of money. But if you compare it to like his channel, no, this guy is probably bringing in like 10. I mean, we can check. Why don't we take a look? Social Blade. So my channels get about 5 million views per month on long form videos. So, and that's across like 4 channels. So Whistling Diesel. Why did they change Social Blade? Okay, Whistling Diesel. So he gets. Let's see. So this guy is getting about like sometimes 3 million views a day. So that's what I was saying. Like we're not in the same category at all whatsoever. So it says yearly estimated earnings is 2.3 million, and that's probably low. So this guy is getting 300 million views per month. So it's not even comparable. But 5 million views per month is pretty good. Like I'm happy with how much I'm doing, and it's just gonna go up from there. It's all about being consistency. But yeah.
Try new things, experiment, open new doors. Yeah, I've been talking for maybe an hour. Look at this. We decorate our apartment. So sweet. Together we have a bunch of children.
5 kids.
Yeah. Anything you want to say to everyone?
Many people hate me because I don't know English, but I good speak Russian. Russian language very hard because my one people who I speak English only good. My friends, my family only Russian. I know have friends in new country because.
Oh, okay, lady. Like we don't care. Anyways, so this was the crash out, but the crash out wasn't done there. There was a lot more. We have DJ Peck who subscribed on Twitch. That's awesome. I know him from yeah, there you go. Now you're on Twitch. Know him from YouTube. Thank you. So the crash out wasn't done there because as you guys saw, he is 100,000 subscribers away from, or is that 100,000 or no, 10,000 subscribers away from 10 million. At 10 million, he says that he is going to he's going to crush a Bugatti. So the Bugatti is like $300,000 minimum. So that's something else. Now he decided to post this video. Look at this. This video is 1 hour long. And it's talking about his live sub count. And he says, everyone unsubscribe so I don't have to destroy a Bugatti at 10 million subscribers. So it's just an image. The hardest choices required, the strongest wills, Thanos. It's like, what's going on here? He's posting an hour-long video, and the content has nothing. It's just him taunting his people to unsubscribe, so he doesn't have to destroy the Bugatti. But maybe it's reverse psychology. Maybe he's telling them that he wants them to subscribe. The thing is just so weird because when you think about it, this guy is used to posting 20-minute video, 16-minute video, about 10 to 25-minute video of hyper edited quality content. And now he's at the point where he's shit posting. He is literally shit posting. And if you take a look on the extension of the video, let me zoom in because you guys need to see this. You see this line over here? 3 hours after publishing, he got 56,000 views. And he usually gets between 300 to 432,000. So he's not even getting a fraction of the views that he is on his shit posts. And what's happening here is that slowly but surely, he's going to completely annihilate and destroy his channel. He's going to completely destroy it. And he should have stopped here. Realize people don't like his Russian girlfriend. No worries. Don't bring her into a video. But now he's going with this, and now he's going with that. And who knows what he will do next. So yeah, that is probably one of the biggest crash out that I've seen in a while. So yeah, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. Like, if you're tired of your audience, you don't respect them anymore, you could have went out on another way, but this is really bad. Really, really fucking bad. What's up, JJ? Nice to see you here. Welcome to Kick, man. That's awesome. I think that's the first message from Kick that isn't a spammer. That's pretty hilarious. So, yeah, that's it for Whistling Diesel. We are going to move on to the next topic. Now, I'm going to give you guys two choices. An egg or a vegan. Let me know what you want in the side chat. Because one of the topics is about an egg, and the other topic is about a vegan. Yeah. Right now, I am multi-streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So far, I have 700 something subscribers on YouTube, and I have 20 subscribers on Twitch and 20 subscribers on Kick. So I'm streaming to all platforms. We'll see what happens. I'm being very, very patient. I'm not expecting instant results on any of the videos. So we will see what happens. So people are talking about an egg. All right. So let's take a look at the egg in question. Now, I need to do a little bit of a disclaimer. In this video, I'm talking about this guy called Tectone, which is a political streamer. He is he's friends with Asmongold, which is a political streamer. Now, I'm going to be talking about these political streamers from time to time, and I want you guys to understand that I don't do politics. Like, I'm not into the Israel-Palestine thing. I'm not into that. And from time to time, certain of these characters will do things that are noteworthy. They're worth talking about without getting into politics. For example, the copyright lawsuit involving Casey Tron, Frogan, and what's the other one? Denims. That's interesting to me because it's a copyright lawsuit about YouTubers. So I made a video on that. People lost their fucking mind. People went completely ballistic, and they were like, they were like, oh, he's a Zionist or some shit. I've never even heard that term before. So I'm not into that shit. But in this case, we're talking about this political streamer, and he got banned on Twitch. And I'm curious to know why. Because this guy, when he got banned on Twitch a few months ago, it completely launched his career. It actually propulsed him into the stratosphere. It actually made his career way more profitable. So I'm trying to figure out why he got banned again. Let's find out.
Hey guys, yep, if you saw that title, I got banned again. And this one...
So this is the egg I was referring to.
I was really actually shocked about. Like, I thought... Okay, I did a couple of things. Let me clarify that. I'm not shocked I got banned. I'm shocked at what I got banned for. Because what had happened is that I did something that I thought I was going to get banned for. So I apologized for it immediately. But what I actually got banned for, I was shocked. And
No, I heard the word Zionist before, but I never heard it like called towards me. And then I had to Google it because I didn't look it up to know what it meant. Yeah, I think like politics are so divisive. Like I make one video on a copyright lawsuit and people are saying I'm an extremist. Like it's crazy. It's nuts. So in certain videos, you know, Asmongold will do some dumb shit and I might talk about it. Or in another video, Hassan might do some dumb shit and I might talk about it. I'm not interested into the politics, but if you do something dumb, I think people should have the right to talk about it. So let's find out why he got banned. He's already saying that he knew something could happen, so let's see what's up.
I'll explain this why and why I believe the hypocrisy of Twitch once again really knows no bounds. And once again, I want to make it very clear, I think what I did is fine to ban, I suppose, but the problem is that when you don't ban the most egregious offenders who are doing things far worse, it truly boggles the mind. Now, I've been banned free for another month. This is my monthly ban, and I will be back in 7 days. Maybe they'll allow my appeal. Who knows? Do I care? No, not really. I stream on Twitch for fun. I have all ads turned off. I'll be real. I make less off of Twitch than I make off of, like literally. I make more off YouTube in 2 days than I make off of Twitch in a whole month. I made more off of a 1 hour ad that I did on Twitch that I can just do on YouTube instead than I made on Twitch the whole month. I make nothing off Twitch. I do it for fun. I do it for the love of my community on there. It really doesn't do me any good other than just I like supporting my community who's been on there. That's all why I've always done it. But
yeah, Salacious, very weak to keep saying, let me be very clear when he hasn't said what he did. Well, that's the thing. He's an entertainer. And so I watch his live streams, but it's like from time to time I watch it, I see an interesting title, and then I'm like, I click on it, and then he's talking about a sandwich that he's getting at the shop, or this store is fucking up his order. I'm like, all right, well, I want to get to the good part, and that's why the clips channel are really important, because just like this live stream you're watching right now, a lot of people will not have time to watch the entire thing. That's why you got to make clips out of it so they can watch just what they're interested in. So, for example, there was a clip on Whistling Diesel. Now there's going to be a clip on this. But yeah, it's time to get to the point. What happened? What happened?
Please subscribe to my YouTube and turn the bell on for all notifications, because I'm going to be live on here over the next couple days. I'll probably be taking tomorrow off just because I'm a little bit pissed off, as I normally am. And I'm also starting to get a tattoo on my right arm, which I'm very excited about. It's going to be World of Warcraft, Dark Souls, and my pet inspired, like Eggy, Mango, Banjo, all those guys. Also, if you're here reacting to this video, sorry if this part doesn't interest you. Thank you for reacting to my videos. Always love that to make sure if you're watching this via someone reacting to go subscribe to their channels. I appreciate people talking about this issue. Unless they're being a dickhead about it. Anyways,
so this is what I find interesting is that he's appreciating people reacting to his content, which is great because he reacts to other people's content. So I made a video on my 15 Minutes of Shame channel about Logan Paul, and he reacted to it. And I think it did bring some viewers to my video. Of course, he linked it in the description, did all the proper etiquette. And yeah, it brought some viewers. So it's good that it's kind of like a good ecosystem of reaction. Right now I'm reacting to his, he was reacting to mine, and it's all working like that.
I was live on Twitch today, and I was watching an exchange between Destiny and Ethan. And in this clip, you know, a lot of the words that are thrown around between people these days are like pedophile, rapist. You know, Destiny says a lot of crazy ass shit. Destiny, you know, talking about wanting people, you know, taking away Ethan's kids and shit. And I'm like, all right, dude. Okay, we get it. And that's fine. It was probably a joke.
And you see, that's another thing. That's another guy that I wanted to talk about, Destiny. So he's possibly looking at jail time. Legal Mindset made a video on this. And it's like, when you're talking about politics, it gets so personal. It gets so toxic that it's just part of the game. Get used to it because it's part of the game.
Who knows what isn't a joke according to Destiny? That's completely fine. But anyways, I just started to notice a very uncomfortable direction the internet is going, where back in the day, we would say like, oh, your mom does this, I fucked your mom. Some people would say the N-word at people. I wouldn't say the N-word at people. Other people would. People would say, they would call people fat, and they would call people retards, they would call people gay, and all of these words that they used to call these people wouldn't be anything that could be legally pursued. You know what I mean? Like when you call people like a retard, if you call someone a fat, it's not gonna make the FBI need to arrest you or like need to look into you. Like, or even if you call someone the N-word, that doesn't mean the FBI is gonna have to look into you, right? The problem now is that people are now only using words and falsely accusing of crimes. Like they're calling people rapists. They're calling people pedophiles. Rape, meaning you are someone who has had sex with another person that didn't want that. That is a crime. You go to jail. A pedophile, someone where they a kid and that's illegal and you go to jail. You know, they call people abusers, you know, which could be considered like sexual harassment or
so I agree with what he's saying. There's a lot of people just throwing these accusations around without any proof whatsoever. And yeah, it is more common these days, and I think people are not facing accountability for that, because if you're calling someone a chomo or something like that, you need to make sure you have the evidence. So you're right though, Wizard. He's talking, but he's not really getting to the point. Like, I'm kind of curious to know why the hell he got banned. Hopefully he'll get to it. Unofficial DSP historian, please tell me about that. I've seen like he got accused of something like maybe 6 months ago. Not too sure. I didn't look into it heavily. I wasn't into this type of community at that time. But I'm trying to familiarize myself with all the players because we will be talking about these people. And like I told you, I didn't watch these political YouTubers. I had no idea on what side Destiny was. I thought Destiny was like a conservative. Then I had to look him up and realize that he's a liberal or some shit. It's like I'm so uninterested with their politics, but there is some interesting stuff that happens outside of the politics within that realm.
Assault or some like type of abuse that you can get jail time for or fined for, or things that police will come to your house and they will investigate you for, right? Like it's becoming a very disgusting rhetoric these days, and it's becoming to where you might have to fight fire with fire when people call you these things. Now, I haven't done that in quite a while. You know, I have said that someone looks like a pedophile. That's because, well, they do. But it's a little bit different than just saying, you are this. You have committed this crime. And so during this stream, you know, my chat was pissing me off.
We're getting to it. We're getting to the heart of the matter. Finally.
And so I told one of my viewers, as I've stopped doing for 2 months, to kill themselves. It slipped, I'm not gonna lie, it rolls off the tongue way too quickly. It does. It's something that rolls off the tongue. It's just something that I've said my whole life. Kill yourself, right? I've been saying it since fucking Xbox days. I've been saying it since League of Legends. You know, I mean, yeah.
So if that's what he said, I get why he got banned. You should get banned for that. You know, I play StarCraft, and then someone will say, "Hey, you know, unalive yourself." I'm gonna use those words because I don't want to get banned. And it's like, yeah, you're very soft. The fact that you get so butthurt over a video game that now you're telling someone to go unalive themselves over a video game, it shows that you have some type of mental problem. And for someone that has family members that unfortunately had mental health issues and stuff like that, so it's kind of like, yeah, I think that's something you shouldn't say to people. Like, I'm all for calling people fat if they want. The people can call me fat, they can call me stupid. Matter of fact, some people have even called me bald. You know, it's looking pretty thin over here. But when you're telling people to go unalive themselves, yeah, that's not good, man. That's just so unnecessary. Like, I'm a free speech advocate, but when you're telling people that online, like, come on, man, you can do better. You can do better than that.
You can take a dog out of the fight. You can't take the fight out of the dog. You know, it's something that I've always fucking said. I'm working on it. I'm going to try not to say it. I'm definitely going to say it again. It's just something that just feels so good to say. Kill yourself. Right? It's not a death threat. It's just like, come on, dude, fuck off. Right? That's all kill yourself. He's like, fuck off, dude. You're being retarded. That's all it means. But I didn't get banned for the kill yourself. And I also apologized immediately. I was like, hey, man, I shouldn't have said that. Well, I didn't get banned for that. What I got banned
for. So that's kind of interesting. Peck says I'm not fat. Well, thank you. I'm working on it. I actually lost 20 pounds in the last 4 months. I was just at the gym. I go to the gym every week, and I'm working on it. But yeah, so if that didn't get, because that is a very good reason to get banned on any platform. You should not tell anyone to do that. That is terrible, terrible stuff. So if he didn't get banned for that, what could he have possibly done that got him banned? I guess we're going to find out.
Was for merely saying the word fat. That's it. I didn't call anyone that. I didn't direct that towards anybody. All I said was, I would rather be called a fat than these people on the internet who just sling around false accusations and false allegations for fun. It's incredibly unsettling. It doesn't.
All right. So he called the bundle of stick slurs is the word to use on YouTube, because that word on YouTube will get your video demonetized like this. Instantly demonetized. It's, you know, offensive to gay people. Some people might find it offensive. I can tell you that when I was in high school, everybody was calling themselves a FAG. You know, everybody. And, you know, it was just a word. But now, you know, people are taking it a little bit more seriously. It's like, if you're a professional content creator, which he is, he's been doing this for a long time, he shouldn't be surprised. But the fact that he didn't direct it at someone, that is also weird. Because if he's talking about himself, yeah, it could get your video demonetized, but I'm not too sure why. Yeah, it's like, I don't think you're right. It shouldn't be a banned word. It's just that for advertisers, I understand why YouTube will demonetize a video, but YouTube will not ban you for using that word, because I watch a certain live stream with Mike Cerrone where everybody's calling each other FAG nonstop, and the video is perfectly fine. It's not age restricted. It's just for the monetization and the advertisers. Why Twitch decided to ban him for a month? I don't know. I don't agree with that. I think he should have been banned for the other comment, because you don't want to tell that to a real person, telling them to go do this action because you don't know their mental state. maybe he should have got banned, for a week or so. The fact that he apologized right away, that is mitigating. But yeah, for this, I don't agree with that ban.
Feel good. I mean, as a guy who, and the reason why I said this was that I was a guy who just got swatted because some guy or some girl called the police and said that I was raping women in my house and I had 8 hostages upstairs. And so I experienced my first swatting that put my friends, my life, and my animal's life in danger. And so I'm just becoming incredibly irritated and annoyed how a platform that banned me for merely saying the word fat did not ban people who called me a rapist and a pedophile. People who called Asman a mother killer, a murderer, a pedophile. People who called Nux Taku a pedophile. Like.
So I understand what he's referring to, and those people should be banned. They should be banned, absolutely. But the thing is that take action. Just take action, Tectone. You have money. If they're calling you a chomo, oh shit, I have to take this. Hold on. I really have to take this. Okay, sorry about that. Was the Be Right Back screen working? Was it playing music, or was it just like, was it playing audio? Yeah, a bingo card would be good. Yeah. It was playing audio? Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Yeah, that was me playing the Donkey Kong and the Weeknd song, Spliced. All right, cool. Okay. All right, at least the Be Right Back music works, but let's get back to the show. Let's see what he was saying.
Like I'm going crazy here. So you're telling me I can't even say a word, which, by the way, I have gone on record multiple times telling people to not call anyone a faggot because you think they're bad because they're gay. I have literally said you can call your homie a faggot because he's being retarded, but never put someone down just because they're gay. That's insane. I hate to sound like too political, like a politician. I fucking love gay people. I think they're hilarious. When I was a kid, I used to wish I was gay because life's easier. Then I don't have to deal with women. If I didn't have to deal with women, my life would be way easier right now. Knowers know. Like imagine just being able to fuck a dude. You know what I mean? You play video games with your homie, you're playing Smash Bros, you're playing League of Legends, and you and your best friend are just jerking each other off. Like, that sounds awesome. But
I can see why he's getting subscribers, because that is pretty fucking funny. Like, you have to be pretty confident with your masculinity to be able to say something like that with a straight face.
I'm not gay, you know, so it'll never work out. I mean, I've even kissed, not made out, I have gently kissed another man, my best friend, on a dare because 8 women begged me to do it, and then I one of them after. So it's not gay, it cancels each other out. I tried being gay, it didn't work. It didn't work. But man, my life would be so easy right now. Oh my God, bro, I wish I was gay. Holy fuck. Can you imagine how, oh my God. Anyways, fellas, are you with me here? God damn. Sometimes it's just a little bit hard. I mean, I'm not really shocked. I'm just like numb. I'm just like, damn. I didn't direct this towards anybody else. I've gone on record saying to not call people who are actually gay that word. Me just merely saying it got me banned for 7 days.
So here's the thing. I think, yeah, it's a little bit much to get banned for that. But the problem with Twitch, especially, but certain other platforms as well, YouTube as well, is that once you are in the crosshairs of the moderators, they are actively looking to fuck you. They want to punish you every single opportunity that they have. So you have to be above and beyond clean, like really squeaky clean. Like there were periods with my other channel where all of a sudden all my videos get flagged for nonsense, like complete nonsense. Like I missed one word here, or there'll be like the tiniest little scribbling over here of someone saying like the N-word with the A at the end, and then they're like, oh, demonetize the whole the whole video. So it's like, once you are in their crosshair, you are pretty much under extreme scrutiny. So knowing that, act accordingly or leave the platform. So yeah, that's how I see it. Like you're saying, hey Wizard, once you're on the radar, it is over. You're cooked. It's finished. So that's that. I think we've seen enough over here. There's no point in going any further. But yeah, he got banned. He'll be perfectly fine. 250,000 views in 20 hours. Guy's perfectly fine on YouTube anyways. So let's move on to the vegan. Now this one actually comes from my country. This one comes from Canada. And she's a very insane, crazy psycho woman called That Vegan Teacher. The complete nonsense that comes out of her mouth is just mind-blowing. Completely crazy. So let's see what she's up to.
I don't love all animals and I don't love all people. However, I believe that I have no business slitting the throats of any of them.
Is there anybody in your life, in your family, who's let you down, who hurt your feelings, and you feel like, damn,
I just want you to keep in mind, imagine the amount of vegetables that this lady has murdered in cold blood. This woman has murdered more vegetables than anybody else. So she is very guilty of cruelty against plants and vegetables. It's terrible what she
can't believe I'm related to this person. It's super sad. They bring nothing but sadness to my life, and I wish I had a different family.
Vegetarian means that you still pay for the torture and the murder of innocent animals every time you drink cow's milk or eat eggs. So vegetarians are actually our enemy.
Like for me, my mom and dad have died, and I do have my mother-in-law who's still alive, but unfortunately she's starting to lose her memory. So
yeah, so vegetarian is they don't eat meat, and vegan is they don't eat eggs, they don't drink milk, they just, you know, they just like this, you know, they wither away and they become skeletons because they can't eat anything.
And they say that, well, that's what society's for. That's why they have nurses, and that's why we can pay money for people to take care of our elderly.
And the thing is that, sure, if you want to be a vegetarian, you want to be a vegan, more power to you. But this is the absolute worst way you can do this activism. Absolute worst way. Because at this point, you are just so... You're so unbearable that you're putting people off to your cause. You're saying, okay, well, vegans are complete nutbags because take a look at this psycho bitch. So that's the problem with her approach.
But it feels somehow sad to me. It feels a bit wrong to just abandon family members.
That's it. Might cheer you up. Green smoothie.
I mentioned a few videos ago that vegan teacher has been longing for her old life, which would be the only logical explanation for why she's been posting on her Miss Karen English teacher account old videos that she recorded of her previous...
There's no way she called herself Miss Karen, the teacher. Is her name actually Karen? That would be too fucking funny. Let me Google it.
Young students. Not to mention that, but she lied about having a black granddaughter to deflect when she was being openly called out for being a racist. She used this as a shield, as a defense, and something seemed a bit fishy, a bit...
You can't make this shit up. Her name is actually Karen. It's her middle name. You can't make this shit up, man. Holy fuck. Wow. Yeah.
Suspicious, so I went and investigated that and uncovered all the secrets behind her lies, which led to an even deeper rabbit hole that I also exposed. And once she saw that, she wasn't happy about it. She went back to making videos about me and showing imagery of me looking like a Klan member was her goal, which definitely didn't help her case. But it seems like me pointing this out and exposing this has caused a spiral for Miss Katie. And now she is once again talking about the family that she has left behind, the bridges she's burned, and the ties she's cut. And it seems to be filled with nothing but shame and regret, while of course trying to paint herself as the victim, which is precisely what she has done in this recent video that she uploaded, which is a very peculiar topic. She's talking about wanting to adopt a family, effectively, wanting to be adopted by a family in a sense, because she has no...
Why would anybody want to be associated with her on a personal level? Like, are you nuts? Are you completely nuts? What the hell is wrong with her? Like, no one wants to be around you. You're just... you're like a rage baiter that has never stopped, and it's like you're still doing the bit, and when it's like it's too late now, it's been going on for years, the rage bait isn't working anymore, it's like just give it up. Like, give it up. Nobody gives a shit about your cause. You are making your cause look so ridiculous. It's like whenever I listen to that vegan teacher, the only thing I'm thinking about is like a ribeye, or what's the steak that has the massive bone? The tomahawk steak. You know, the other day I made steaks that were so incredibly delicious. I marinated them in a beer. I put one Heineken and Montreal steak spice marinade, and it was so fucking incredible. It was so delicious. Like, I love meat, and whenever I see her videos, I'm like, let me go to the barbecue, man. Let me cook up some meat.
Family anymore. All she really has is her husband, who I'm not even sure if he's fully autonomous or not, because that man usually just smiles creepily at the camera, doesn't say anything. And then of course his mother, who's probably in a similar situation to him, to be honest. But she did have a family, right, in Canada, who she was abandoned by because they definitely didn't want to deal with her shit. I mean, she is a horrendous individual. Would any of you want to be associated with her? Probably not. So I wouldn't blame them. But this included a daughter, 2 sons, a previous husband, and then a plethora of other family members, aunts, uncles, etc. And she has completely cut ties with pretty much all of them because she believes that they mistreated her, that they laughed in the face of her veganism, wouldn't become vegan for her, and she absolutely despised them. These are her own words. Here you go.
It's like, lady, you are shoving your beliefs down people's throats, and people don't like that. They don't like that at all. Like, you know, take it easy, relax. It's too much. Like, the best way to harm your cause is to do this, is to act like a total degenerate and be an extremist, and then people are going to be like, yeah, okay, I want nothing to do with this cause.
What about those of you who actually hate your families, don't respect them, detest them, are furious with them? Do you come out and say it to their faces? Do you say to them, I can't be friends with you, I can't sit with you, I can't look you in the eye because all I see is corpses inside of you? Are you brave enough to say that to your family members if it's what you truly feel? Now, Gary Yourofsky is somebody who talks about this. He's an animal rights activist, and he says that you should cut yourself off from your family pretty much at the age of 18 because the vast majority of families are fucked up and you need to get out there into the real world and see how others live.
But now she's blaming them for having cut ties with her, even though we all know that it is definitely her fault. But before we dive deep into that, she posted a couple of shorts that I want to talk about as well because I found them quite interesting. One of them is a person saying that they're vegetarian and vegan, which honestly sounds like it makes no sense at first, but then when you think about how the people in the vegan community describe veganism, which they describe in like a million different ways, but one of them, they always say that it has nothing to do with the diet, which is interesting because you would think that the diet is a requirement of veganism, but they say it's nothing to do with that. So technically, if somebody was vegetarian, by this logic, they could also be vegan because it's just an ethical stance against exploitation of animals, which has nothing to do with the diet. So you could still eat, you know, chicken, eggs, and all that stuff, and dairy and all that, but you're against exploitation of animals, so you're vegan by their logic. But I'll let you guys form your own opinions about that, and let me know what you think after hearing this.
Responding to comments today, and here's what you say. You're vegetarian and vegan. Nope, it doesn't work that way. Now listen, the first clue is you didn't know how to spell the word vegan. It's V-E-G-A-N. Okay, so you gotta get that right. Second of all,
like, she is so extreme. She's such an extremist that she'll say that vegetarians are your enemies. So vegetarians are not eating chicken, they're not eating, you know, pig, not eating pork, they're not eating beef. They're just eating eggs and drinking milk and whatnot. That's still a step in the right direction in your mind, right? Like, that's what you want, is people not to eat animal products. Well, they're already doing half of it. Why are you trying to piss them off? You already have the omnivores completely pissed off and the carnivores completely pissed off because you're being a degenerate. So now on top of that, you're trying to piss off the vegetarians. So it's like, are you really trying to isolate yourself? It's so ridiculous. Oh man, she is entitled. You're right, Zayas.
vegetarian means that you still pay for the rape, the torture, and the murder of innocent animals every time you drink.
So you're saying that animals are getting raped? Really? Like, is that what we're doing now? We're just going to throw these words around because you think it's shocking. You're going to throw these huge, like, insane allegations. Who the hell is going to a farm and just plowing the goat before they slaughter it? Like, you're so ridiculous, man. This bitch is nuts. Like, and that's why nobody trusts her. Nobody listens to what she has to say because she uses all these extreme words that don't apply. Like, by saying the animals are getting raped, it's like you're making a whole mockery of the word, like of people that do get raped. So it's like you're being so like you're saying, nonsensical, man.
Cow's milk or eat eggs. So vegetarians are actually our enemy. They're not our friends. They're very cruel people who steal from animals. Vegans, we don't steal from animals, you know? You get it now? Okay, so I want you to rewrite this.
Did you hear how patronizing that was? You get it now? Do you get it? Do you get it? It's like, holy shit, calm the fuck down, lady. Holy smokes.
And I want you to say, I am vegan from now on, Miss Katie. Okay, you can do that.
No, I'm not going to say
I got you. Looking forward to seeing you again.
That's as far as practice. Did you notice?
Just for you, Miss Katie, I'm going to go in my freezer where I have a large collection of meat. I have oxtail, I have veal, I have goat, I have tomahawk steak, I have prime rib, I have ground lamb, and just for what you said right there, I will cook the most succulent steak and my entire neighborhood will smell the delicious aromas just for you. I will do it for you, lady.
How it's stated quite clearly as far as practicable, which is something that they always quote when, for instance, somebody can't like get a medicine that they may or may not need unless there's a vegan alternative, and they'll just tell them, oh, it doesn't matter if there's not a vegan alternative. It's as far as practicable. So if somebody is vegetarian and that's as far as practicable for them, and they announce that they're vegan, well, then you have to honor that because it aligns with your...
No, unfortunately, I do not have venison, but I am extremely good at cooking oxtail. My wife will do it even better, actually. So when my wife makes oxtail, it's really, really good. My specialty is goat and curry beef as well as steak. But most of the week, I eat chicken. So I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to slim down, so I'm eating some leaner meat. So I eat chicken. But yesterday, I made a delicious meatloaf. Listen to this. There was pork, beef, and turkey. So it's a 3-meat meatloaf, and it came out real good. Real good. I was offered bear meat at some point, and I did not go for it. I did eat kangaroo meat, and I did eat horse. Horse, not anything special. It's just so tough because of all the muscles. So I do not recommend it. But kangaroo meat was kind of, whatever. And I did eat wild boar. Wild boar was pretty good, but very similar to pork.
Definition, saying that vegetarians are your enemies is extremely backwards and quite detrimental to veganism as a whole. In fact, vegetarians are actually much better at reducing exploitation of animals than vegans are because there's significantly more of them. Estimates suggest that around 15 to 20% of people are vegetarian in comparison to roughly 1% of vegans, which means that vegetarians overall have a much larger impact on the reduction of animal suffering than you vegans do. If you really want to act like vegetarians are your enemies, then you're going to have to explain that in a way that makes sense, in a way that shows that they contradict your philosophy of reducing suffering and exploitation of animals, considering they're doing that more than vegans are collectively. How are they your enemies? Instead of you answering that, I can do it. It's simple. They're not...
I just want to point out that his background music is so good. It's really appropriate to the video, and I'm trying to listen. Where is it from? It sounds like Zelda music, but really, really good choice of soundtrack over here. It's really pushing his message further. I like it.
Sniffing the same moral superiority gas that you guys spew out your ass cracks every single day. Because the truth is, vegans like yourself, it's not about reducing exploitation to animals, it's about moral superiority and feeling better and above other people. That's what you care about. That's what veganism means to you.
Really? It's from World of Warcraft? That's crazy. It's really good. I like it.
Nothing more, nothing less. Because if it was the contrary, and you just believed in reducing animal suffering as much as possible, then vegetarians would be your friends, because they're doing that significantly more than the vegan community is collectively. But hey, go off. This is why nobody takes you seriously anymore. And every single time you post a video, you get like 10 people who are just as delusional and B12 lacking as you are that glaze you, and then everybody else trolls you and talks shit about your cause.
Responding to comments today, and here's what you say. Hey, you love all animals, right? Did I say that? I don't love all people. I don't know all animals. Some of them might not be too nice to me. I don't love all animals and I don't love all people. However, I believe that I have no business slitting the throats of any of them or eating.
You're not slicing the throat of any animal. The butcher is doing it for you. Let's not exaggerate. Let's not be ridiculous over here.
Any of them, animals or people. I believe that people and animals have a right to live and to be free and to not be commodified, utilized, assaulted. They have a right to keep their families together, you know? You don't have to love animals in order to respect their right to just live with freedom. You know, I don't know if I should even bother reading the rest of this. What does it say? Why do you love lions? I never said I love lions. Tigers. I never said I love any of these creatures, okay? So your problem is that you're lying. You're assuming things that we never said. Being vegan is...
She's so ridiculous. I mean, when you think about it, why the hell do we have canines? Why do we have 3 different types of teeth? It's because we were made to eat meat. We're omnivores. We eat everything and we need it in our diet. If not, we would only have 2 types of teeth or 1 type of teeth. You know, it's complete nonsense, man. No one likes her. No one's buying her shit. And she made her entire career on rage bait, and now, you know, it's over. It's finished. Like, she should just give it up, you know, do a faceless channel, you know, play some video games, get busy, do something else. This isn't working. She's like throwing her entire life away for a cause that doesn't even like her. Nobody gives a shit about her. Her cause probably doesn't even want her to keep doing this nonsense.
It's not about loving animals. It's about simply not violating their rights. Got it?
So condescending.
Honestly, might cheer you up. Green smoothie.
That looks gross. No, I will not have a sip. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, not a chance. Not after the way you just violated that straw. No, thank you. Regarding the actual topic here, the loving animals thing. I mean, most people say that they love animals, right? You have a love for the animals. Doesn't mean like you love a random lion in a sense like that you would say like towards like a pet or something, but it's just a general love for something. That's kind of what they're saying. And she's saying, I don't even have that, which doesn't surprise me. I don't think she actually cares or loves animals. It's not even like she said, talking about it here, that she cared about the animals either. What she had said was that she feels she has no business taking things for them or eating them or whatever, you know? And she thinks humans have no business doing that either. That's another thing. What does this confirm? It's not about caring about the animals. She made that clear. She doesn't love them. She doesn't care about them. She just wants people to obey her.
Yes. That's exactly it. Well said. Have you guys seen that episode of South Park where Cartman joins the people that are against cigarettes, Rob Reiner, and then he's like, oh, that guy is awesome. He tells people what to do, and then all of a sudden you can't smoke here, you can't smoke there. That guy's incredible. It's not about the thing or the activism or the cause. It's just about telling people what to do. It's just this weird control fetish that she has where she wants to boss people around, and then she feels happy or she gets some type of endorphin or gratification when she converts someone, which I highly doubt she's ever converted anyone. But yeah, it's very fucking weird.
Follow the same philosophy as her to control others, which is why this has hit so hard with her family, because it's been about control from the very beginning. Controlling them, forcing them to follow what she does, because she's a narcissist and a lunatic. And because they wouldn't conform to her beliefs, bend the knee and do as she says, she cut them off, or they cut her off. Not fully sure on that. It's probably a two-way street of like, I don't want anything to do with you, and they're like, I don't want anything to do with you either. But now she clearly regrets it, but doesn't have the humility or the B12 to understand that she is the problem. And I don't think she ever...
Yo, that was so dirty. She doesn't have enough vitamins to realize that she's the problem. Holy shit, that was good.
Will. I mean, she's made it to this age. She's been vegan for like 10 years or something and still hasn't figured it out. And I've actually outlined it in neon paint for her multiple times. And I know she watches my videos because the second I post one that she doesn't like, she makes a video about me and tries to dox me and get me fired from my employer. So we know that she watches the Omni King. But it is so interesting because most people are happy to admit that they love animals, that they have a love for all animals, a general love that is a real thing that she doesn't even understand. It's a concept that she doesn't even grasp, which is crazy because she's vegan. You would actually think that that was the reason behind what she does, that she has this love for animals and wants to protect them and save them from exploitation. But no, she just doesn't want humans to do something that she doesn't like. It's nothing but control.
Okay, so I just asked ChatGPT, and here's what they said. Tinder, Badoo, Bumble, OkCupid, Plenty of Fish, and a whole bunch more. These are all sites that you can go to if you want to find somebody to love, somebody to marry, somebody to date, or whatever. There's also one called Gay Royale. Anyway,
let me guess, she wants to make a vegan dating site. That would be pretty empty and lacking B12.
thinking is that the people who make these sites are missing out on an entire market, and that is people who are trying to find new family members. Okay, so for example, I've had people come up to me and say, Miss Katie, I wish you were my grandmother or my mom because I don't have a vegan mom and it's low.
Really? People go up to you and say that? I highly doubt it. That doesn't sound real. I don't think there's anyone that has seen this lady and say, yeah, I would love to have her as my grandma. Hell no. Hell no. Fuck that.
Only, and you seem like you would be fun to hang out with on birthdays and at Christmas and things like that. And so I've also had people say to me that they wish they had a sister like me that they could talk to and hang out with at birthdays and things like that. So it occurred to me there must be a bunch of other people on this planet who also feel lonely that way. Like maybe there is somewhere around a man who didn't have a good father model in his life and would really like to have a kind of a dad. So this person might be 20 years old or...
What kind of brain dead moron shit is this? Like seriously, you're trying to make a dating site for family members to find vegans, for missing father figures. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady? If this was a pitch to Shark Tank, you would see Kevin O'Leary saying, get the fuck out of here. You know, this is bullshit. It has no chance in hell of happening. I forgot his lines, but he would say, Mr. Wonderful isn't interested, and just get the fuck out of here. This is a nonsense business pitch. Yeah, I'll take shit that never happened for 1,000. There you
30
go.
or 40 or even 50 and might be looking for a kind of new dad, somebody to hang out with. I don't know what men do. Go to baseball games, play chess, watch sports on TV. I don't know. So it occurred to me that this is something that's missing in life. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Is there anybody in your life, in your family, who's let you down, who hurt your feelings, and you feel like, damn, I can't believe I'm related to this person? It's super sad.
Yeah, that's how every single one of your family members feel right now. They feel let down that you are their mother or grandma, and they are extremely unfortunate to have you in their life. But luckily, it looks like they're not part of your life anymore. The fuck?
Bring nothing but sadness to my life, and I wish I had a different family.
Yo, before I start grilling this malnourished...
Yeah, I think we're going to fast forward because like I can only tolerate so much of this. So let's listen to one more speech, and I think we're gonna move on to the next topic because this is making me extremely hungry, very, very hungry. Like I'm thinking about ribs, I'm thinking about chicken wings, and it's like I can't listen to this anymore. So let's do like another minute of this nonsense, and then we'll move on to the next topic.
I don't know. It's sort of weird to, I mean, even though I'm 60 years old, it's kind of fun to have like a mom type figure around just to hang out with, you know? I mean, we do go Duolingo together and we cook together, but it just occurred to me that there must be more people who are missing family members. Like, let's say, you know, sometimes you hear about those big Italian families that have all these cousins. Wouldn't you like to have more cousins? Could be that you are somebody who's maybe 50 years old, but you never had a child, and you kind of would like to have a daughter, and maybe somebody who's 20 years old wants you to adopt her as your daughter. But it's also kind of a commitment that if one of you gets sick, you're going to visit in the hospital, you're going to sit at the bedside for hours or days even, making sure that person is okay. Just doing whatever the duties are of a family member. It seems nowadays that the younger generation doesn't feel a commitment towards their families. They cut off their families sometimes, and they say that, well, that's what society's for. That's why they have nurses, and that's why we can pay money for people to take care of our elderly. But it feels somehow sad to me. It feels a bit wrong to just abandon family members. But at the same time, if those people were mean to you your whole life, how much?
She's projecting a lot. We know, lady, that you're unbearable and that your family has had enough. So we know exactly what you're talking about. And they had enough of you. It's obvious.
Do you owe them to sit by the bedside and advocate for them?
So I know it sounds like she's talking about someone else, right? She's not. This is just a classic example of projection. And I know this for a fact because when I talked about her cutting ties with her family a couple weeks ago, this made her really upset, which I already mentioned, and she proceeded to then make some diss videos about me because she wasn't happy about what I said. And she talks about obviously not having her mother and father in her life anymore because they have both passed, and all she now has is her mother-in-law who is losing her memory. And it seems like she has met some sort of...
I find it hilarious that this guy is like trolling the fuck out of her and she's getting tilted and reacting to that. That's hilarious. I think we're gonna wrap it up here for this specific topic because we've seen enough. She's just the same old tired joke, just rehashed rage bait. She hasn't evolved her formula at all. It's just the same old nonsense. So let's move on to the final topic. We have Lil Nas X, who just lost everything by Jamari. Now, Lil Nas X had a very, very quick rise to fame and a very, very quick downfall. So let's see what happened, because apparently now he's facing felony charges. He punched a cop. And yeah, the Old Town Road is not looking good.
So just last weekend, I told you guys about how Lil Nas X had lost his mind running around the streets of LA at 4 in the morning in nothing but his whitey tighties. The reports were that he had punched a police officer and then was taken to the hospital. Then once they knew he was okay, he was taken to jail, where he would have to wait until yesterday to finally see the judge. And let me tell you guys, this whole situation has gotten way worse than I initially thought, with the pop star now facing multiple felony charges and potential years in prison. So as you guys can see, Lil Nas X has pled not guilty to felony charges, and his bail has been set at $75,000. Like I told you guys, he had to spend the weekend in jail, and this would be the first time that we would see him since the incident occurred.
The story getting a lot of attention. Lil Nas X made his first court appearance following a bizarre incident down Ventura Boulevard and his subsequent arrest.
The singer pleaded not guilty to felony charges. Video obtained by TMZ shows the Grammy-winning artist strutting in Studio City early last Thursday wearing nothing but underwear and cowboy boots.
And it's interesting that he ends up pleading not guilty to these charges, because in a little bit I'm going to be showing you guys the courtroom footage, and the guy's lawyer is going to claim that he wasn't even on drugs in the first place, which is...
Well, shit, if you're saying that he's not on drugs, that's actually not a good look, because you're saying that he punched a cop, he was naked in the middle of the street going completely full-blown batshit crazy. You should use drugs as an excuse. Like, come on, man. If you're saying that he's acting like this sober, then that's even worse. That's even worse. You would think it might be a stunt for his failing career. Like, I would take the drug excuse any time of the day. Like, that sounds like a really good excuse for something like this.
Pretty strange considering the initial reports were that he was like potentially ODing, which never really made sense. I mean, I don't know anyone who's overdosed and then continued to go walk the streets of LA.
Not only was he wandering around in his underwear, but he eventually was wandering around naked.
God
His
damn.
first court appearance here at the Van Nuys courthouse was brief.
So maybe he was like on bath salts or some shit. Yeah, like that's one way to put it. Like maybe he was on bath salts or on like angel dust or some shit. But yeah, he's definitely not ODing on like opiates or some shit, because then he would be completely asleep. But yeah, or maybe he's having some type of drug-induced medical crisis or psychosis.
And he got what he wanted. He's going to be released on bail, but with some conditions.
So not only did this guy assault 3 police officers, but he was also potentially naked while doing so. I mean, honestly, the guy is lucky to still have his life, because that type of situation goes left so fast so often.
For Lil Nas X, whose real name is Montero Lamar Hill, pleaded not guilty to the 4 felony charges he's facing. This is him making his first court appearance earlier today.
God damn, he's still singing that song?
Don't be late to the party tonight.
Oh, I guess they just like fucked up the clip. I thought that boy was still going, oh, nah, nah, nah.
He was only wearing underwear and white boots. He was spotted later naked and wandering on the street.
And I don't know if it's like a gay dude thing, but like the type of whitey tighties he was wearing, I would think would be mad uncomfortable to be just...
So I haven't seen this clip and I kind of don't want to, but one thing's for sure is that if the cops arrested him on these felony charges, there will be body cam, and this is going to be something else. This will be the body cam of a decade. So yeah, it's gonna get age restricted though, for sure. You're not gonna be able to watch that shit uncensored. I'm assuming he might get tased in it. I don't know if they mention if he got tased, but usually when you have a naked dude that's running at the cops with the Johnson just swinging around, they're gonna usually just tase him. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here, man. Like it looks like fame and success is really getting to some people's heads.
It's like
crazy.
sitting in all day.
The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office has charged Montero Lamar Hill with 3 felony counts of battery with an injury on a police officer.
Damn.
And 1 felony count of resisting an executive officer. The LAPD says when officers approached the rapper, he charged at them.
Yeah, this is really not a good situation for him at all. I mean, catching 3 potential felony charges could obviously result in multiple years in prison, and they don't even care if you were on drugs. I don't even know how much they might care if you were going through a bout of like psychosis, or how easy that would be to prove, because I do think that's the angle they're gonna take here. And his father would actually speak to the media after bailing his son out of jail.
He's in good spirit. He's all right. He's very remorseful for what happened. You know, but it can happen to any family. You know, he's going to get the help that he needs, and just keep him in your prayers. You know, give him the same grace and mercy that God give everyone.
I mean, me personally, I do believe in like a merciful God. I don't believe in like a petty God like some Christians seem to do. But obviously, given his track record of mocking Jesus.
Yeah, I think that this is a very, very weird angle. Like, this guy did a lap dance on the devil, the metaphorical devil. So to bring God into this at this point, nah, man, no. Like, there's no way. If that's his father and he's talking about God, he seems to be very Christian, and there's no way he could approve this crap that he was doing with, you know, lap dancing the devil and all this shit. Like, it's no, this isn't sitting right. The thing with this guy is that he needed to pull these stunts every single time to get clout. And unless I'm wrong, his first song, Old Town Road, didn't need a stunt. It was just good music, you know, it was different and it just took off. But everything after that just needed stunt after stunt after stunt after stunt, and then it just became ridiculous. And now to the point where he's, you know, doing a lap dance on the devil. It's just ridiculous.
Pieces and mocking Christians and mocking Catholics. There has been a lot of rhetoric online of basically like, oh, this is finally the karma hitting him.
He's doing great mentally. He's doing great mentally.
What was that first conversation like with him?
It's awesome. Awesome. We shared tears. We shared laughter. But he's in great spirits. Give God all the glory. Give God all the glory. That's what he's going to do when he first get out.
And it's so ironic. He seems to have this father that's all about God. I believe I saw an interview where he said that, you know, his family is pretty religious, including his grandmother who raised him.
I also had to think about like how many of my family members are like Christian, like my grandmothers and stuff, and, you know, like aunties and things.
He looks like Rick Ross in drag. You're so right. You're so right. Oh my
like
God.
that. I'm like, wow, like, do they see this as that too?
So I'm sure they were very conflicted seeing the type of music and imagery he was putting out there.
Hill's charges include 3 counts of battery on a police officer and 1 count of resisting arrest.
And so obviously y'all saw the footage of him getting into that car. Lil Nas X has left jail after posting the $75,000 bail. So maybe the guy's not totally broke as many have speculated at this point. Just wanted to show you guys a couple of photos of his release. I mean, for his standards, the guy is looking pretty rough. You know, maybe 2 days in, the pin really changed him. And here is some actual footage from the courtroom where Lil Nas is addressed by the judge.
So calling the case of People versus Montero Hill, case number 25 BWCF 0. Led up to this arrest. I did not observe the arrest. It was speedy preliminary hearing within 10 court days of today, 60 calendar days. Do you understand and give up that right so your case could be set for preliminary?
And can we just acknowledge for a second how fucked up this courtroom setup is? I mean, don't get me wrong, I know the guy assaulted a police officer, and I guess maybe they see him as a danger, but can the man really not at least stand in front of the judge even if you have to handcuff him?
No, it's not overkill, because there's a lot of events where there's you know, prisoners that will jump and just assault the judge even if they're handcuffed. There's times where the victims will try to kill the suspects. So doing it like that, at least for first appearance, is perfectly fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's a good safety precaution, in my opinion.
Like, they pretty much have the guy in this whole other holding cell like he's fucking Hannibal Hector or some shit.
That's correct, Your Honor, but we just don't know whether that was actually factually accurate or just some officer's hunch that was uncorroborated. We don't know what happened. I'm assuming they drew blood or tested him, so at some point we'll find out, but right now there's nothing in the record that drugs were even a part of this.
Like I said earlier,
Weird.
Now they're saying that drugs were not a part of this. She alludes there to the idea that they might have drawn some blood from him so they could take some sort of test. But if they're gonna go the whole psychosis, mental health, manic episode route, I do think that this whole situation is going to get very polarizing.
And so this is just an aberrant episode and in an otherwise productive life. To call his life productive, I think, would be an understatement. I mean,
he is productive. He has produced some good music. But yeah, I think they are going the crazy route, and he wants to be labeled like mentally unwell. And when you look at his music, you could be like, yeah, this guy seems to be missing a couple screws in there. So it's possible that that's the route they're going for. But let's see what comes of it. But he is facing a lot of time behind bars.
It's a remarkable life.
You're going to set bail at $75,000, and if he makes that bail, he's ordered to not own, use, or possess any illegal narcotics, attend 4 NA meetings per week, or enroll in an outpatient drug program.
God damn. He said, I don't give a damn. If you're getting this probation, you still are going to go to rehab, my boy. I mean, just look at the deep sorrow on this guy's face.
He's like, fuck, I need to go to NA 4 times a week. You might as well lock me up right now. Fuck that shit. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, I mean, those are steep pre-trial conditions, like, but he doesn't want the guy to relapse and go punch 5 more cops, which makes sense. I think the judge is being cautious here.
So, Mr. Hill, do you understand and accept those conditions?
Yes.
I'm saying, what's up with this bullshit ass setup they got? And his attorney would speak after the hearing.
Don't forget, he's 26 years old. So it's not unusual for something like this to happen, particularly when you have the pressure of being recognized internationally like him. And so we're going to do our best to address these things. And the best way to do that is just get the team and surround him with a team of people. You can see how much his dad cares, his family cares. And
so is this guy trying to suggest, like, oh, this only happened and he only got caught because he's so recognizable and so famous? I mean, I would go out on a limb and guess that if you have a 6-foot-something guy walking around naked in the streets of a very populated area, he's going to get arrested no matter what.
And we're just getting this, like, outpouring of love and support for him. It's really unbelievable.
And I'm pretty sure I saw a report that this guy that Lil Nas hired is actually like Donald Trump's ex-lawyer. Like I said earlier, here comes the polarizing takes. You got a lot of people saying this. Lil Nas X is an example of why you should never play with God or mock him.
Yeah, I mean, music is music. You should be able to do whatever you want, but when you're touching on really sensitive topics like religion and stuff like that, you kind of have to be mindful of other people's perspective. And if you're just out there to troll and, you know, to just be like a degenerate, then yeah, there might be some pushback. And it looks like that's what he got. And now it didn't come in the way that you would think it would come in. Like, he didn't get canceled or anything like that. It's just that it came in other ways.
And then you have other people saying stuff like this. Lil Nas X is facing years in prison for having a mental health crisis. But Donald Trump, who is a felon himself, is the president right now. Make it make fucking sense. And to me, it's like, okay, let's not act like he is completely absolved from everything that happened. I mean, at the end of the day, the guy is stripped down naked in public.
So that's the thing. People say that once you have a medical crisis, like, you're not responsible. And it's a very weird way to look at things. So having a medical crisis should not absolve you of everything, because then it would be an easy way out. But, yeah, I think that's it for this topic. I think we covered it. We'll keep an eye on this. And yeah, it looks like either he's taking too much drugs or he's just having a complete mental breakdown. But either way, he needs to be held accountable for that. So, all right, we are done with the live stream for today. We did the 4 topics. So we had Mr. Douchebag, Whistling Diesel. We have the Eggman situation, that vegan teacher, and now Lil Nas X. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. The channel is growing pretty good. I think we should be able to get monetized within a few weeks on YouTube. And when it comes to Kick and Twitch, I don't know how that works. It'll take a lot longer. Thank you so much, Zayas Newbie, our viewer on Kick. There's some viewers on Twitch as well. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm going to go have some delicious meatloaf because that shit is good. And I'm pretty tired, so I don't even need to cook. So that's fantastic. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys on the next one.